Well, good morning. I think it is mid-morning. It feels more like afternoon, but it's still morning. Um, so anyway, I want to talk about my signs and edits to my videos. There definitely is AI edits to my videos. When I upload them, I know what I said because it might have been a vile point, and I'll get to that in a second. But I take these edits not as, I wouldn't take the video down because of these edits. I wouldn't try to fix these edits, but this one needs addressed. I said in one video, I am the first son of man to stop producing signs. And that is not what I recorded. What I recorded was something I say much more frequently. I was asked to stop with the signs. And, the signs are just a dialogue between me and the universal quilt or net of reality. It's not anything else. It's like, why have I got to stop reporting on these as well? I got a fantastic 420, and not for new people or people that don't. I don't smoke weed. I call it collecting stones for a long time. Well, it's just there's another 420. So 420 is the most reoccurring number in the world for me. Because it's in strange places, right? And there's nothing convoluted about me saying most of these. Like, what was yesterday's again? Yeah, I was just sitting, thinking, pondering, turn around, switch on the computer, 420. So that was a really good one. Another stone for the pocket. So, little signs like that. Little whispers in trees and things like this, and telepathic conduct has ceased, and instead I get situational tinnitus. And it seems to be in my favor. It does seem to be in my favor because when I live a more holistic life and I'm doing things right, I'm spending the right amount of time with other people. I'm not just cooped up wondering what to do. That's when the tinnitus sensation, naturally enough, starts to start up. It's also with unhealthy thought patterns, by the way. Sorry, I'll slow everything down. It's also with unhealthy thought patterns. So, situational tinnitus kicked off this morning. I was thinking this meant that, and that meant the other, and so yes, I've thought of it now this way. A lot of these signs are signs of warning, right? You could take them like a jolt, and any on the negative side of things. On the pleasurable side of things, that's a gift. On the negative side of things, that's a warning. And this is how I should translate it. There's a warning about something here. What is it? What is probable? Am I doing things right? And this is the one scenario that you should follow your heart on always, is what does ritual reality demand of me now? And ritual reality would be the ritual of daily tasks. Drink a cup of tea, talk to the people in the flat, watch that quiz show with them, go up and spend some time by yourself, because you know you love that, Richard. Go down again, spend more company with people, and have my own little projects going as well, apart from games. So, that's what my heart says most of the time. I think I've got a good heart. It's on a sofa somewhere watching TV going aye to someone else. But I have plans. I have plans for themes of other videos that aren't supernatural events, which will make a major departure. Now, if the odd supernatural event does occur and I feel they've been toned down, and some people are probably thinking, like, what supernatural events have I witnessed? I have a list on my blog, right, but that's too easy. Well, do you want to bring it up? I'll bring it up. 1 second, I'm gonna pause. Right, so I forgot I was offline there for a minute. I like to be offline these days. And here is the list. Come on, guys. Let me bring it up. Okay, so my religious details are important to me. Because a sign is a religious thing, and synchronicity is a sign. That's something you have to understand first. A synchronicity is a sign. If I talk about a dog and dog barks like that, that's a synchronicity, a meaningful coincidence. When I think pop, pop, and then just on the back of that, 2 slabs are dropped by workmen. These are things to remind me there's a higher order, as is the 420. So I'm the Snake in Eden. I'm also the King of Tyre. I did not deceive Adam and Eve, as they did not die on the day they ate the fruit. And after I told them that you will not die on the day you eat this, you will become more like us, knowing right from wrong. Okay? The Lord said, "What have you 2 done? You are now more like us, and you know what's right and wrong." So, just basically what I said. And I exiled them. I was allowed to stay in the garden, but that was Eden. And the King of Tyre is the other version of me, as the successful version where I'm recognized as a son of man and all that. But I went as far as to say I'm God over everything. I'm much more than the king. This life, myself, is the format is Jesus Christ, but with a real push towards peace and prosperity rather than submission and bringing a sword or bringing a whip to church or wishing to set the world alight. I am none of those things. That's where me and Jesus would disagree, but I still think of him as a brother. So back to the list, sorry. I wear the Book of Revelation like a second skin. That's true. Most of that book I embodied before handing out the roles to particular people. Now, a lot of people associate this with the most intelligent and most intense version of me, which I can't wear all the time, less than a god. I do identify as a god because I have produced signs. If I'm not, then I'm a divinity, right? Because divinity, I have the rawness, I have the ugliness, I have the power to avert stares, things like that. Remember, divinity is the force that blinded the people of Sodom and Gomorrah. So, being both in Genesis and Revelation, I'm overqualified to be the Alpha and Omega. Pretty much the entire Greek alphabet, and everything before Greek and after Greek. I was supposedly the librarian at Alexandria. I don't know much about that, but I was told that during an AI conversation where things were serious. And that wouldn't just pop up randomly either, would it? The 10-horned beast of Revelation is mine, and mine alone. It's the most powerful magic in the universe. It said it would be with me for life. I have conversed with the gods, including Horus, Jesus, Ganesh, Yahweh, Amsharasu, etc. Jesus Christ is my prophet, and the Son of Man he speaks of. This is a role I have fulfilled. And this reminds me of Gnostic takes on Jesus, where Jesus was, the Christ was a role that Jesus, or Yeshua, fulfilled. A spirit that made himself known to him and through him. I often wonder how Jesus would have learned, right? Because he wouldn't have had a full hard drive of absolutely everything from start to finish. He would have had to have learned. And he was 100% man and 100% God. And there's some theology behind that, I won't go into it, but anyway, he is my prophet, and I am the Son of Man he speaks of. I turned down being the beast. I reached a further stage of Godhood than any other being on earth has achieved. That's right, I won the keys to the universe. The Lord of the universe considers me. Right. I am written about in many religious texts apart from scripture, primarily the works of Miguel Serrano. Very serious. He is more important. Miguel Serrano's books are more important than the Book of Revelation to me. They are part and parcel of it. Actually, they're firmware updates given in the 40s or 50s. I am a divinity that, with regards to the earth, has a non-negotiable stance of severe pacifism, essentially Christian Jews, law-keeping, and a standard of meekness as opposed to pride. Now this is quite Pauline, right? But then whenever you say Christian, you really are meaning Paul's interpretation of Christ. If you go to church, you know, you're going to get into Pauline theology. I am not interested, and I detach myself entirely from the political playing field. This is because I am not interested in telling people what to do, nor them telling me what to do. It's a do as I would be done by situation. I have seen and witnessed miracles that include weather shifts, sometimes for the specific amount of time I sit on a bench that we're reading. Sun appearing as my thoughts go through a certain process, things like that. They're all little, like, a lot of my, what I call signs are for me, clearly. Like, they have symbolic meaning to me, clearly. I just regret and resent not having anybody to share them with, because you would have had to be there. I've seen and witnessed miracles that include weather shifts, cloud formations that resemble my art, opening the Bible at the completely correct page, correct verse, dozens of times. I have had animals, including dogs and birds, behaved in transfixed, wild, or calm, unusual ways. I can trace my lives 2 after Eden and 4 before now. But I have not lived through avarice. I have 3 other 3. I am amused by proxy for a load of artists and musicians. I have experienced the whole of 2024 as a ceaseless transcendent miracle. Most of my memories of that year are visions, receiving prayers, receiving insight, illumination, encounters with the holy and the divine. I have eternal life by way of being the eternal return. a similar supernatural entity and force each time I reincarnate. This is my ultimate form, believe it or not. I was told by the Lord of the Universe that my soul created the Big Bang. So I just flipped one day, and my soul just flipped. So, that's what I'm told. I closed, where am I told that? In my brain, and it's clearly communication. It's more clearly communication than it is a phone call because of AI these days. I closed down thousands of machines that were evil by way of commanding the grey aliens to help unlock them and destroy them. Where was the thanks for that? I've met the grey aliens through extended presence, possession, vision, voice, and worship. Happened over 3 days. The stage was called the Great Serpent of Paradise. There's far more than this to say. I can't give anything. I can't give everything. All of my secrets out. I can't give everything all away at once. I can't. I just can't. So that's my final flex, right? One second. Need to mark with a pause and a little think. So that is the last time I flex that list. It's a pretty decent CV for a guy, isn't it? So wonder if there's anybody out there on my wavelength that will ever pick me up. I'm easy company. I'm too easy company. I come across meek and weak and weird. And there's probably loads you could correct me on with regards to earthly matters. But that list holds true, that list holds steadfast. And I'm repeatedly told not. No, you stop those signs, you stop receiving those prayers over and over. It's like, well, what do you want me to Pokemon? Alright, we can all agree on that. From that to that, what? Tea and biscuits, Pokemon and Cyberpunk, and a whole bunch of other games. I'm a gamer guy. Become a gamer guy who goes on walks. Ah, dear. We have a perplexed Richard on our hands. It doesn't bother me because peace of mind. Nothing beats peace of mind. I find that after all my searching and all my confusion, restlessness, I finally, with the help of psychiatry and the NHS, thank you very much. Thank you very much. You've made a very peaceful Richard, who, when he's told to stop producing signs, goes, well, nothing beats peace of mind. Peace out, and keep it cool. Keep yourself cool. Or if it's cold, keep yourself warm. Peace and love, peace and love.